Owensboro Community and Technical College is committed to celebrating the accomplishments of our students, whether they finish their degree requirements in May or in December. Therefore, each year we hold a full graduation ceremony at the River Park Center in December to honor students who have obtained their required hours in the middle of an academic year. Today, Chelsea Marksberry will join us to briefly explain the process of applying for graduation to help those who are nearing the end of their time at OCTC. Also with us on this show is Dr. Eddie Leach, a former practicing veterinarian in Owensboro, who is now the program director of our new veterinary technology program. Though it is still in our early stages, this program promises to be a very popular choice for embarking on a new career. I also think you will enjoy meeting Dr. Leach's friends he has brought with him today. So please stay tuned for another very informative campus close-up. We're here today with Chelsea Marksberry from our Student Records Department, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about applying for graduation. Hi Chelsea, thank you for being here. I know we have a lot of students who are preparing for graduation right now.
We hope.
We hope, yes, exactly. So I know the first step is during a 2-week period, which you guys have already scheduled, they need to apply. What is that 2-week period?
This semester it is September 10th through the 19th.
All right, and their first step in applying would be to do what?
To meet with their advisor, finalize their degree plan, and then they would actually need to bring it down to Student Records to meet with us.
Okay, and once they come to Student Records, is there a fee involved with graduation?
No ma'am, no fee. We have a packet that we have them fill out. It usually takes them about 10-15 minutes.
Okay, so they fill out the packet, get everything finalized with you, and then what if a student chooses not to walk at graduation? Is that an option?
Yes, they don't have to walk. That is totally an option, but they still must apply if they wish to graduate.
And what is the reason for application, just so it's clear to our audience?
Well, the way our computer system is set, it doesn't notify us. So the student actually has to notify us that they are ready to graduate and have met with their advisor.
So they will have to apply simply to get their credentials, to get their degree, whether they walk the line or not.
Yes.
And if they choose to walk the line, what is the only cost they might incur?
The only thing they would have to pay for would be their cap and gown, and that is sold in the Barnes & Noble bookstore in the campus center.
Okay, and I think it's a pretty nominal fee, maybe $35?
It's usually $35, $40, somewhere between there, depending. It changes every semester by about $1 or $2.
Okay. And then they can do what I always did with mine, let my kids use it for a Halloween costume.
Yeah, dress up time.
Yeah. Thank you for being here today. If you're planning on graduating in December, be sure to look for the emails which will come through your OCTC student email account and visit your advisor during that time period.
Workforce Solutions, a division of Owensboro Community and Technical College, partners with companies and their employees to become more competitive through education, training, and services that contribute to continuous workforce improvement.
Workforce Solutions provides our local business and industry with the edge that they need to remain profitable and be on the cutting edge, and to help enhance our economic development and our workforce development here in Davis County and our surrounding counties.
Workforce Solutions offers many classes on your site or ours in manufacturing, human resources, allied health, technical fields, and adult education. Our short-term classes prepare individuals for entry-level jobs, promotions, and a pathway to continuous education. Each training program is customized to match your specific needs. These and many more training programs and classes are offered through Workforce Solutions.
Workforce Solution was designed to meet business and industry, whether that's their incumbent workforce or whether that's their pipeline needs for workers of tomorrow. Companies often think, I need a customized training program to meet my needs. And a large company, that works very well. But oftentimes, if you've recently put a group of employees through training and you have a new hire, someone leaves, someone comes in, now you say, I only have 1 or 2 individuals that need a particular topic. It's our job and it's our pleasure to link companies together in informal networks, or we have open enrollment activities. So if we hear from a particular company that they have one individual and they'd like to have them trained in a particular topic of interest, we may know other companies that we can link them with, or we can put together an open enrollment, we call them, activity, and advertise that to a lot of different company partners within the area.
To find out more about how Workforce Solutions can serve you, call 270-686-4444.
Maybe you need confidence, maybe you need to learn. Maybe it's a GED you need to earn. Maybe you want to study for college too. So what can skill train help you do? No matter who you are, what you're striving for, call us 686-4454. 686-4454.
We're here today with Dr. Eddie Leach, Program Director of the Owensboro Veterinarian Technology Program. And he's also brought two of his beautiful furry friends with him. Dr. Leach, you want to introduce us to your pals?
Well, first of all, we have Briley, a dog that my wife and I, Sherry-Ann, rescued from our local animal shelter.
Okay.
And then we have Marley, who came to us when she was about a year old, when our daughter moved to an apartment that didn't allow dogs. So they're firm fixtures in our household now.
They're like family members, aren't they?
They are.
So, Dr. Leach, tell us a little bit about your background and your career before you came to OCTC.
Okay. Well, I grew up just down the road in Ohio County on a small dairy and hog farm. I went to the University of Kentucky for my bachelor's in animal science, worked a couple of years in farm credit, and then was accepted to Auburn to go to veterinary school down in Auburn, Alabama. After I received my doctorate there, I came back to Owensboro. My wife and I decided we wanted to land here in Owensboro. And John Highland at the time was building a new practice called Town Square Animal Hospital back in 1983, and we joined him in 1984, and we've been here ever since.
Now, are you still practicing veterinary medicine?
Actually, when this position with the veterinary technology program came open, I left public practice. I'm now full-time with the college.
We are so glad to have you.
Yeah.
So you were hired specifically to design the vet tech program, correct?
Well, my partners and I had been through several building projects where we expanded Town Square Animal Hospital and built the pet resort, remodeled a couple of hospitals. So I think the administration kind of liked my experience in not only the medicine, being a managing partner for 20-some years at Town Square, and my practice experience. They also liked the fact that I'd been involved in several projects from the ground up. And yes, we are totally building a brand new thing here at OCTC, the first of its kind in the KCTCS system.
Very exciting.
Very exciting.
We're such a front runner on that
Right.
aspect. I love that. So tell us a little bit more about the program. First of all, who would be the ideal student, or what type of student would be interested in this program?
Well, it's a given that we love animals if we're in veterinary medicine, and that is important. We've got to have a heart for taking care of our precious pets and our farm animals. But it's also important that students realize that you've got to be a people person. There's never been a dog or a cat or a cow or a horse that didn't have a person attached to them. So our students need to understand that we're in the people and animal business.
So you need a bedside manner for veterinary medicine as well as people medicine.
Exactly. You've got to be very, very good in a lot of disciplines. Our students have to love science, of course, and do well in math, but also be good communicators. Sometimes dogs get a little squirmy, and sometimes cats are a little bit harder to deal with, but we have to learn to handle all different situations in practice.
So upon completion of your program, what certificate or degree would a student have?
Our program is a full 2 years. Actually, it's 5 semesters, including the summer in between the first and second year.
Okay.
And when our students complete all 2 years of the program, they'll have an applied in associate in applied science. And then after they've completed that, they are eligible, since we will be an accredited program, they will be eligible to take the national board exam to be a licensed veterinary technician.
Oh, Okay. Now, is this program kind of a feeder program to apply to vet school? I know that will be a question on many students' minds.
It can be. We have a couple of students in our class this year that have aspirations of going on and getting their bachelor degree, possibly at Murray or Western, and then applying to Auburn for veterinary school. But most of our graduates, after they obtain their license to practice, will actually be ready to go and into practice. We know that 3/4 of them or more will go into companion animal practice.
So once they are a licensed veterinarian technician, I hope I'm saying veterinary technician.
Veterinary technician.
What career advancements are there for them once they have a position in a practice and maybe want to move up?
Okay. Within a practice, our technicians will many times after several years become that business manager or that practice manager who will oversee the rest of the paraprofessional staff for the veterinarian. Larger practices are trending that way now. Outside of the immediate practice, there are now specialty opportunities being offered for technicians that may want to specialize in, say, anesthesia or behavior or dentistry. Several areas that are now available due to new specialty groups that are forming.
And what are some of the job requirements or technical standards that are expected of a licensed veterinary technician?
That is a great question because our technicians really are beyond compare with the multiple disciplines that they have to learn. They've got to be a surgical nurse, and they've got to be the nurse that does recovery, medical nursing. They've also got to be that radiology technician. And they are also, on days when that receptionist might be homesick, they've got to be able to take care of the office duties. So our technicians have to be cross-trained in so many disciplines to be valuable and to fulfill the practitioner's needs.
So it sounds like in addition to being an animal lover and a good communicator, they also need to be very flexible.
Exactly. They've got to be well versed in not only communication but computer skills. And they've got to understand that some days are a roller coaster emotionally. There are some tough situations we deal with in practice.
Sure.
It's not always easy, and they have to understand that we're here to serve people and their pets and their farm animals, and they have to have the emotional stability to handle all those different situations that we come into.
I dealt with a friend whose dog was run over just a few days ago, and I met her at the vet's office, and thankfully her vet was very calming and very understanding, and it made the whole situation a lot easier.
Right.
So I can see what you're saying. So to prepare the vet techs for all of this that they're going to have to be able to do, what classes are they going to participate in throughout the program?
Well, once they're in the program, and it is selective admission, our students have to fulfill certain requirements, and then once they're selected and are entering the program, they'll take classes in anatomy and physiology, microbiology, clinical pharmacology, and parasitology. They'll, of course, learn to assist in surgery, take radiographs. The computer skills and people skills that they'll need in practice, we will also teach within our curriculum. So a really multiple discipline curriculum is what they're entering.
So what are the specific admission requirements for someone who wants to apply?
If a high school or college student wants to apply, first of all, they need to love math and science, and they need to do well in their core curriculum. They need to have a minimum GPA of 2.5, and they need to do well on their ACT. To apply to our program, you must have a minimum composite of 20 on the ACT. They need to understand the profession. They need to spend some time at a veterinary hospital observing what veterinarians and technicians do on a daily basis. And finally, they have to go through an interview with a committee here at the college to get the experience of going before a panel and communicating. And then we find out if they satisfy all those requirements, which ones are going to be in our next year's class.
That's a lot to go through, but for a very important job.
It is.
It's totally understandable.
It is.
If someone's interested in the program, what would be the first step they would need to take?
Well, they can contact me. My email is eddie.leach@kctcs.edu. Right now I'm the only faculty. Eventually there'll be 2 more licensed technicians on staff with me There'll be 3 of us, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that prospective students have. The Start Center on campus has a lot of basic information about our program and our website. We are now listed on the OCTC website as under academic programs for veterinary technology, and they can get a lot of information there.
So if someone wants to work with these beautiful animals, this is a great program. I'm very excited to have this program at OCTC, and I can tell you're just gung-ho about this.
We're very excited. We're building a teaching hospital down the other end of this building that is almost done.
Great.
And we're also excited to get into that hospital. We're doing something different here with our program. Most programs we visited in the past tried to teach medicine for a real-world setting in academic rooms and equipment. We're going to do the opposite. We're taking a real-world hospital and teaching the academics on the basis of the hands-on real-world application. So not only will the traditional lecture be part of our curriculum, we'll have a great deal of hands-on experience for our students by the time they finish our program.
And I would think that would probably give them an advantage when they're looking for a job, that they've already had that hands-on real-world application.
Exactly. We want prospective employers to know that our graduates are ready to go in all facets of practice, whether it be the technical medical side or the people side or the soft skills we hear so much about. Mm-hmm. Our students will be proficient in all of those areas when they leave our program.
That's great. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for bringing Marley and Briley. We don't usually have furry guests on the show, so that was a real treat.
Well, sorry about the hair, but
That's okay.
They do love people, and they love to be the center of attention, just like in our home.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
The Fire Rescue Technology Program prepares you for the challenges you will face as an emergency responder. The program comprises knowledge and skills in fire prevention and suppression, technical rescue, hazardous materials, emergency medical care, and leadership. This program is beneficial whether you are seeking a career in emergency services or if you are already involved in providing fire, rescue, or EMS services. Courses are scheduled for the working student, with most classes scheduled in the evenings and some weekends. Use the contact info provided on this page to learn more.
OCTV 71 would like to thank the following underwriters for their support: Owensboro Community and Technical College. Higher learning begins here. Owensboro Municipal Utilities. Local people, local service for over 100 years. Looking for customized employee training? Call OCTC's Workforce Solutions at 686-4444. The Greater Owensboro Chamber of Commerce. Davis County Fiscal Court. Public Life Foundation of Owensboro, fostering broad, meaningful citizen participation in community decisions and public policy. Green River Area Development District, gratify your community. Plan today, progress tomorrow. Food Talks with Valerie Holcomb and the Joy of Classic Cars with your host, Neil Bradley. Time Warner Cable, in support of Educational Access Television. Thanks again for your continued support of OCTV 71. If your organization would like to support your local community television station, please call John Bryanton at 686-4615. OCTV, it's everywhere.
If you're qualified to graduate in December, please take the advice of Chelsea. There is a deadline to meet for your graduation application. Also, if you're interested in knowing more about OCTC's exciting new program, which would qualify you to be a certified veterinary technician, please contact Dr. Leach at 686-3780 for more information, and he will be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thanks for joining us.